Well, hi, chat.
Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero, hero, not no small feat. It's all heat in this day and age. I rage and grave anything it takes to save the day. Neuromancer, perfect blend of technology and magic. Use my rapping so you all can see the hazards. Plus entertainment where many are brainless. We cultivated the lost art of study and I brought a buddy. Automator, harder slayer, fascinating combination. Cyber warlords are activating abominations. Harmonation with hatred, we ain't with that. We high-tech archaeologists searching for knickknacks. Composing musical stem packs that impacts the soul. Crack the mold of what you think you rapping for. I used to be a mag soldier, but I didn't respect orders. I had to step forward, tell them this ain't for us. Living in a post-apocalyptic world, morbid and horrid. The secrets of the past, they hoarded. Now we just boarded on our futuristic spacecraft. No mistakes, black, it's our music we must take back. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Down, I'm feeling like a ghost in a shell. I wrote this in jail, playing host to a cell for the pure verbal. They said my sentence was equivalent to murder, just another hurdle. I bounced through a portal. I knew they had the mind state of mere mortals. My ears morphed to receptors that catch up every word about gravity control and the families they hold for handsome ransoms. On the run with a handgun, blast bioforms. I am warned that a planet-wide manhunt with cannons will make me abandon my foolish plan of uprising. Fuck dying, I hijack a mech, control it with my magical chance. So battle advance through centuries of hip-hop legacy. Mega speed, hyperwarp the automators, cribbing like the torch. They can't fight the force. Victory is ours once we strike the source. Enterprise and wise men looked at the horizon, thinking more capitalism is the wisdom and in prison. All citizens empowered with rhythm. We keep the funk alive by talking with idioms. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. concerned with thievery, medieval prehistoric rhetoric. Well, we ahead of that. Lay it down with sound waves that pound pavement. Original minstrels. My central processing unit is into it. My heart for this art, not artificial, cause that makes it hard to miss you. Copycats finish last in the human race. Staying glued to safes, too crude to take a Buddha break. We got espers that let us bless with fresh shit. Undetected by yes men questing for 5 fleeting nanoseconds of fame. Protecting the brain from conspiracies against my cosmos. While I float the Neo-Tokyo with OPO. Or discuss combustible rust clusters with plus. Evade cyber police and a computer crib. Confuse the kids. But I can make it kick and rise as sacred. Telepathic mind that takes its greatness from the matrix. Esper, rhyme professor, rushes a cult of pressures with correction measures. While half the world's a desert. Cannibals eat human brains for dessert. Buried in a deep dirt, mobility inert. I insert these codes for the cataclysm. Ever since I had the vision, use my magnetism.
What's up, Sebastian?
In this modern metropolis.
Hello, Amalthea.
Under preposterous laws, it's not for us.
Year 3030. And here at the corporate institutional bank of time, we find ourselves reflecting, finding out that in fact we came back. We were always coming back.
Oh, a song so good we're playing it twice. Such a good beat.
Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero, hero, not no small feat. It's all heat in this day and age. I rage and grave anything it takes to save the day. Neuromancer, perfect blend of technology and magic. Use my rapping so you all can see the hazards. Plus entertainment where many are brainless. We cultivated the lost art of study and I brought a buddy. automator, harder slayer, fascinating combination. Cyber warlords are activating abominations. Armination with hatred, we ain't with that. We high-tech archaeologists searching for knickknacks. Composing musical stem packs that impacts the soul. Crack the mold of what you think you rapping for. I used to be a mag soldier, but I didn't respect orders. I had to step forward, tell them this ain't for us. Living in a post-apocalyptic world, morbid and horrid. The secrets of the past, they hoarded. Now we just boarded on our futuristic spacecraft. No mistakes, black. It's our music we must take back. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. I'm feeling like a ghost in a shell. I wrote this in jail, playing host to a cell for the pure verbal. They said my sentence was equivalent to murder, just another hurdle. I bounced through a portal. I knew they had the mind state of mere mortals. My ears morphed to receptors that catch up every word about gravity control and the families they hold for handsome ransoms. On the run with a handgun, blast bioforms. I am warned that a planet-wide manhunt with cannons will make me abandon my foolish plan of uprising. Fuck dying, I hijack a mech, control it with my magical chance. So battle advance through centuries of hip-hop legacy. Mega speed, hyperwarp the automators, cribbing like the torch. They can't fight the force. Victory is ours once we strike the source. Enterprise and wise men looked at the horizon, thinking more capitalism is the wisdom in prison. All citizens empowered with rhythm. We keep the funk alive by talking with idioms.
What's up, Mike? It's an eternal evil concerned with thievery, medieval prehistoric rhetoric. Well, we ahead of that. Lay it down with sound waves that pound pavement. Original minstrels. My central processing unit is into it. My heart for this art, not artificial, cause that makes it hard to. I didn't share the stream on Twitter. I mean Instagram. Whoops.
We got espers that let us bless with fresh shit. Undetected by yes men questing for 5 fleeting nanoseconds of fame. Protecting the brain from conspiracies against my cosmos. While I float the Neo-Tokyo with OPO. Or discuss combustible rust clusters with plus. Evade cyber police and a computer crib. Confuse the kids. But I can make it kick and rise as sacred. Telepathic mind that takes its greatness from the matrix. Esper, rhyme professor, rushes a cold oppressions with correction measures. While half the world's a desert. Cannibals eat human brains for dessert. Buried in a deep dirt. Mobility inert. I insert these codes for the cataclysm. Ever since I had the vision, use my magnetism. In this modern metropolis that tries to lock us up under preposterous laws that's not for us. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator.
rap battle. It's going to be interspectacular, fantabulous. It'll blow your socks off. It's one of those things where machine versus man, man versus woman, woman versus your mother. Be there. Intergalactic rap battle.
Hi, Henry.
In stupituous.
Oh boy. Oh. I need more coffee and less coffee all at the same time.
30-30, way past the millennium. Check it out. Yo, Deltron, Thunder Force, ain't no other source of sunlight. 2-ton mic, leave you tongue-tied, running amok with technology with no apology. Shouting out to my colony with third eye physiology. Millennium.
Thanks, Henry. It's coming along.
Make you swallow it, your weak style.
It'll be done this week.
Nuclear rockets, they glue to your optics with sci-fi. Unsettling, man in metal blends. Underground, chilling with the mole man and his whole fam. Inhibit bacteria growth, material growth. Impenetrable, incontestable, indigestible intelligence. Never let a computer tell me shit. It's rapid innovation, penetrating artificial life forms who bite songs. I'ma buy a Bex, lies next, then I'll flip the biotext right into the wireless. Your third eye is hit with psoriasis. The body is Deltron Zero, traversing purge the travesties that tip your ear holes. The area of distribution lifts the clueless. My flow is like liquid oxygen, rip it off and with specific impulse, increasing thrust, grease the cuts, unleash a cluster of thoughts I muster. I talk to touch and rupture commercial communications, convert solar energy into imagery in the mind's eye, blindside the contagious with radioactive isotopes to decay them. Atomic mass, they small as fragments. I magnetize the avid.
It's not due, I just set myself a deadline. I could work on this forever. That's a problem I'm working on. I'm actively working on that. Like, if you give me a year to do a piece, I'll work on it for a year. I will render it for a year. I will erase things and redo them. I will be a perfectionist to the point that it doesn't even look good anymore. And the whole time I will think I'm making progress. And I'm trying to break that habit. So I gave myself a maximum of 10 work days. So this is day 8. And yeah.
In my digital citadel, critical, pivotal, with the mental shit on you. Spit infinity, hidden energies through dope for all planets. Star spanning, slamming hymns with mechanical limbs, scanning your limbs with cosmic rays. Your organ play, your brain's inferior. I hit the lateral and posterior. My science is eerie, ionic bonding for your moronic pondering. Meet the armorines, my micro machines. My throw your team into paralysis. They not talented, just a malady. Worry about a salary, creative casualty. Couldn't defrag my power.
It ain't done, buddy. It's close though. Look at all this. This is all so choppy. No way. It's close though.
Interstellar void fills with color, appears to bubble and split into 4 like amoeba, inhabiting planets with grandiose bows that coast like Silver Surfer. Build a purpose, high velocity, verbal atrocities, fire resistance, better higher assistance. My pistons glisten, ultra high performance inside your private quarters where I fry your components.
That's actually happened to me. I've worked on a piece so long that I got better from studying, and then I had to redo the whole piece because it wasn't up to par anymore. That's actually happened to me, and I never want to feel that way again, so... Hey, Maddie.
Check it out, y'all. Now let's see. Deltron Z, Art Avenger. Let's start the adventure. Pincher with nerve gas, absurd blast, crash a spacecraft. I'm bio-enhanced. Pyro advanced series, monstrous evolution. Headed tooth and nail, scoop the trail. Super sleuth, a new race. Mad creator, savage nature. World Wide Web, the ebb and flow. Light years from watchful eyes when my thoughts provide objective. The ostracized, the pompous prophecies. Underground.
I'd like to get the chassis, the spine, and the mount done today. What's up, WCuz? Today is gonna be a weird one. We'll see how it goes. I got like no sleep. I stopped stream early yesterday because I was so tired and I wanted to go to bed, and I did. Went to bed at like 8 p.m. Woke up at 11. Didn't sleep all night. 11 p.m. I woke up. Only got 3 hours, and then I was up all night. I was up till 10 in the morning. Then I got another 90-minute nap. I'm a zombie. I'm gonna listen to some hip hop, and then I'm definitely listening to the FF16 soundtrack again, because that did wonders yesterday. I have no idea if I'm sick. I could not sleep. I swear to God, I slept for maybe 2.5, 3 hours. Went to bed at 8 p.m., woke up at 11 p.m. Then I was awake all fucking night. I got another nap this morning, and I'm just running on, like... I eventually gave up. I was like, I have to get up and do stuff, because... But yeah, I'm fucking wiped. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I have insomnia a lot, but it's usually not that bad. Like, sleep's never, like, super easy for me, but, like, it's usually not fucking abysmal. I got a text from my neighbor at work, and she said, "This woman says she knows you," and it was a photo of her with a woman I thought was dead. Just happened. It was my grade school art teacher, who is definitely over 100 years old, 100%. Me and Dave's art teacher, when we were in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, I thought she was dead. I thought she's been dead for 20 years. And that was emotional. That happened like an hour ago. I was like, get her number. Don't let her leave without getting her number. I am, because I thought she was dead. Like, she has to be like 104. Like Like, literally.
Secretly plotting your demise. I wanna devise a virus to bring dire straits to your environment. Crush your corporations with a mild touch. Trash your whole computer system and revert you to papyrus. I wanna make a super virus strong enough to cause blackouts in every single metropolis. Cause they don't wanna unify you, so fuck it. Total anarchy and can nobody
I haven't told Dave yet. I think Dave assumes she's dead too.
fucked up on my computer and my mind starts roaming. I create like a heathen. The first cycles of this virus like a sin through a modem. Infiltration hit your station. No Microsoft or enhanced DOS will impede. Society thinks they're safe when bingo hard drive crashes from the rending. A lot of hackers tried viruses before.
I'm gonna be honest. Drinking this much cold brew coffee probably isn't helping my sleep, but I'm gonna ignore that, and I'm gonna pretend it's a problem I can't fix. We're just gonna pretend, okay?
Trash your whole computer system and revert you to papyrus. I wanna devise a virus to bring dire straits to your environment. Crush your corporations with a mild touch. Trash your whole computer system and revert you to papyrus.
Here's what I gather happened, okay? My neighbor's working at a Macy's, and this older woman comes in and buys some stuff, and they get to talking. My neighbor must have mentioned, "Oh, I live over in this town." And then the woman must have said, "Oh, I used to teach in that town. Maybe you know some of my students." And then my neighbor probably said, "What do you teach?" And then she probably said, "Oh, I was an art teacher." And then my neighbor probably said, "Oh my God, my neighbor Dan is an artist." And then she probably said, "Dan Warren?" And that's probably what happened. Well, Maddie, it's 3 p.m. right now.
Ghettos are trash dumps with gas pumps exploded and burnt out since before the Great Union. The last punks walk around like mass monks, ready to manipulate the database or break through them. Human rights come in 100th place. Mass production has always been number one. New Earth has become a repugnant place.
I had a 20-minute conversation with an old woman at the grocery store today. I was asking the guy where the mint jelly was for a roasted leg of lamb, and an old lady said, "Excuse me, I've always heard of people eating that, but I've never tried it. Is it any good?" And I said, "Yeah," and I explained the pros and the cons of mint jelly with a roast leg of lamb, and she said, "Are you some kind of cook?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, I don't like lamb. How would you recommend I cook it?" And I was like, "Well, you could stud a leg of lamb with garlic and rosemary, and you could baste it and cook it, and like, or you could do a pomegranate molasses with a mint pesto. It's like, or you could make lamb stew with drop bread dumplings. It's like, or you could make a shepherd's pie. It was like, or you could make lamb burgers served on grilled potato roll. Go more Irish. We're talking about the pros and cons, and 20 minutes went by, and then someone said, "You guys need to move. I have to get to the turkeys." And I said, "Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, old lady. Good luck discovering if you enjoy eating lamb." It was very wholesome. It was a wholesome moment. Me having no sleep in my body, looking like a homeless, degenerate fuck, and an old lady asking me about the secrets of cooking mutton. Wow. Hallmark movie moment.
Upgrade your gray matter, cause one day may matter. Upgrade your gray matter, cause one day may matter.
Coming from the outer regions of the universe, Deltron Zero and Automator. Check it. Upgrade your gray matter, cause one day it may matter. Hey, time for you to upgrade. Fuck save, time to load. All my rhymes are sold and find your own. Salivate on Over what I collaborate with high-tech wizardry and breathe new life into the industry. Save to the hard drive for the archives. 3030 with a global apartheid. Sensitivity ain't the energy.
For Thanksgiving dinner. I said Thanksgiving because we're cooking a fucking turkey this weekend. For Easter dinner, fuck me, I'm so tired. For Easter dinner, I gotta stuff a turkey, roast it, do au gratin potatoes, do creamed onions, do roasted carrots with a honey feta glaze, feta cheese, and chopped pecans. Then I gotta do a rotisserie leg of lamb, small one, mint jelly. It's gonna be studded with garlic, rosemary, thyme. Gotta do a mint chutney. Gotta make popovers to put under the roast so the drippings from the lamb get into the popover dough. Gonna make strawberry shortcake for dessert. And I'm not gonna be able to eat any of it because I'm on a really strict diet, but I'm gonna cook all of it.
Increase your disc speed so you can upgrade your gray matter. 'Cause one day it may matter. My production model is the stuff that boggle minds. You got a log on time of exactly 36 nanoseconds. Ambidextrous with ambience. Watch the cannons twist while I lock out my hardware. Word warfare, logistically low.
You guys ever meet an unhappy married couple who snipe at each other in public? And how fucking awkward it is when they use you to snipe at each other? When I went to that party last week and I brought that sausage platter, a girl there was like, "Are you a cook?" And I was like, "Yeah, I used to cook. I don't anymore, but I used to be a cook." And she was like, "Oh my god, that's the one thing on the husband checklist I should have asked for ahead of time." And then she went, "Honey, did you hear that? Honey, did you hear what I said? I said before I got married, I should have put knows how to cook on the husband checklist of what I was looking for." And then she leaned over to me and went, "He has this magic tool he uses for cooking. It's called a microwave. And let's just say, if you want chicken nuggets, I know a guy." And I was like, "You guys okay? You guys all right? Are you like... You guys doing okay?" Like, holy shit. Don't fucking emasculate your dude like that in front of a whole room of people. Like, Jesus, fuck. I tried to save the dude. I was like, "Yeah, it's just sausage. You just roast it." And I just made it look pretty by arranging it. And she was like, no, you don't understand. He can't even turn on the oven." I was like, Jesus. Like, take a hint, lady. I'm trying to help your guy here. It's fucking brutal.
Let's get the heck out of here. We gotta move closer to the equator. When are they gonna start showing those Mr. T reruns? I used to love that guy. Remember how you used to watch Mr. T wrestling? Your Coca-Cola doesn't taste the same as it used to. Remember when a bowl of soup was a nickel? All that bass is gonna break my ears.
With no illusions, producing the blueprints. Clueless, automator, defy the laws of nature. Electronic monolith, throw a jam upon the disc. The futuristic loop it with
The "Hey hon, did you hear what I said? I'm not happy. Hey hon, did you hear?" It's like, Jesus, fucking A. This didn't seem like good-hearted making fun, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're into that. Maybe they got home later and he was like, yeah, you want a gun? Is it a fucking clip? And they fucking took it out on each other. Maybe they enjoyed some rough roleplay. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. The guy seemed very upset.
First coerce your brain patterns. Collaborate with time-consuming reprogramming. I apply the flow cannon. The combo so slamming, atomically reconstruct the whole canvas. His logic impressed, a hypnotic effect. Yeah, Latin patent, you could call it a gift.
There's a lot of characters at that party. I met the Secret Squirrel Society girl. I met the murdered narcotics detective guy who said, when you've seen what I've seen, there's no vacations. There's some characters.
All start singing, shouting, screaming.
Psionically, bionically, forget how you feel, especially formulated. The rest of you fornicated. It takes more to make this. He juggles variables, unparalleled propulsion to carry the load. Neurosurgeon, the purest virgin, conducting currents, musical Merlin. He shine like Sterling. Watch automator draw a laser of a higher intensity. And
You're right, maybe he does. I should have leaned into it. Should have gone in the living room when he was alone and been like, is that your wife out there admiring my sausages? She doesn't seem happy. Huh. What's her name again? Maybe I'll get her number, give you some cooking lessons.
How's that? How'd I do? Good job. All is well with the cosmos.
Yes, I got the report. 30-30, yeah, man.
You ever get ripped out of sleep right when you're getting into deep sleep and it feels like, I don't even know, it feels like when Neo gets unplugged from the Matrix and you're like, oh! It's just like leaves you. You wake up so hard it like hurts. It like takes, like it just sucks. That happened to me this morning after I was up all night and I finally fell asleep. I got like just shy of 90 minutes of sleep, and then my dog right next to my head, right when I was entering deep sleep, my dog went because someone came to the door, and I was like, like I didn't know where I was, I didn't know what was happening. It took me like 5 minutes to calibrate. Oh boy.
Entitled Strange Brew, it chronicles the heroic adventures of two latter-day Renaissance men.
You wake up and everything hurts because your body didn't wake up the right way.
Posers. We give it 3 thumbs up.
That's right, puppy. You fucking ruined my morning. I love you. Fuck you. I love you.
Yo, in the year 3013, everybody wants to be an MC. In the year 3013, everybody wants to be a DJ. In the year 3013, everybody wants to be a producer. In the year 3013, everybody wanna tell you the meaning of music. Yo, I must appeal to you people with your faculties, cause everybody else is gonna laugh at me. People try to get over and take a crack at me. The universe is one, I see what rap can be. Glorious, put in the Smithsonian on podiums for holy hymns. But you see who's controlling them. Fuck myself off, cause of the egotistical mode I'm in. No, I can't slap you no 5 when you and your cuddy is talking shit about me outside. People take pride in
You know what it is, Manny.
sorta like a
You get it.
holographic handsome, but deep inside, he wanna do what his man does.
Trigger warning. If yawns make you sleepy, I'm gonna be yawning a lot today. Just warning you. Today is not the stream for you if you're sensitive to yawning.
I had to describe the way I survive is like vice squeezing. The reason I'm black and still breathing. Heathens will breed heathens, so everybody suspect. I must check your ID, cause you looking shiesty. You might be intelligent, someone that deals against opposite of positive. When I drop the laws against a nature, be faithful. Why should I hate you? We ain't that different. We may act different in some ways, but we still group together like a fucking survey. Suffering and fuck 'em all the motto. I'm trapped in a bottle, my music's getting hollow. And that's what happens when humanity you follow. Where every leak of info is hard to swallow. Sell your Marlboros and car insurance.
Do I want to keep listening to Deltron, or do I want to listen to A$AP Rock?
Meditate on the world and what's occurring. A lot of white boys like to style and copy. They get something deeper and you peep that we're not free. It's not about separation, it's about the population.
What a question.
Simple-minded people always point the finger to bring it to a close as if life is their road, they path. When all paths are intersections, it depends on the person's perception. When I'm mad as fuck, you get shot, and to some, it's bad luck. I believe you held something back for too long. It grew strong and energy.
Maddie, what kind of dog do you have?
And people think they make music still, when music is there without you or me. We just manipulate for better or worse, so let it situate. I get to make records and dough, paid out the asshole, and still seen as another face on the totem pole.
You strike me as someone with a golden retriever or a shepherd.
I'm glad I love music and life, 'cause it's easy to see the pain and
A$AP Rock is one of my favorites. Saw him live a couple times. He's so good. Love A$AP Rock. Every time I bring him up, people are like, A$AP Rocky? I'm like, no! No! It's better than that. Hell yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Maybe you had a picture on Instagram with your dog and I just remembered or something. I don't think I've ever seen your dog though. I think you just strike me as that type of dog haver. Maybe I'm wrong though.
What's happening? I keep my dreadlocks in a napkin ring, rap and sing. Unlike the homogeneous clones, I'm into earth tones, burst tones, and erogenous zones. The more ticklish, the more you have. Sitting on the curb of what used to be the burbs, and before that was Canarsie. I'm a disturbed and bitter herb like salt water and parsley. Mites crawl up, tights fall down. That's my mnemonic for stalactite / stalagmite. You may have this maglite, it survived the apocalypse. And for the fragile force of an agile horse, here's a handful of very special chocolate chips.
Alright, I painted some wires. I did it. Let's see what else.
Yeah. That's the funky shit. Hey, bust it. Yo, Deltron, tremendous force that ends your course. Every whim is enforced. I send men with torches to rend your fortress, and in the process radiate your optics. Subconsciously haunt some seas. Superhuman technician, atomic interdimension. Too mental with intuition. Typographical aptitude, let my lasers clap at you. Map the roots, psychologically crapping out. What you laughing about? Imitations, getting penetrated in 3D simulation. In my MC training class, remain in mass. Never get liquidated, convert energy into matter instantly with a pen and pad. Calculate the centigrade, keep the center of gravity.
Maybe that's why.
Packing 380s with body heat sensitive bullets, you need safety. Vest on your face and neck, mental armory, levitate lakes for my monarchy. No malarkey, my flow's embarking, psionically sparking, brain cells till they sparkling.
Good name for a dog too. Kuma. Hey Captain Research, hey Stas. We're at like a 3 out of 10 on energy level today. So, you know, We're making it happen. We're getting through it somehow. But, it's a struggle.
Insights like 5 enchiladas. This plane of existence is amazingly different from my orbital oratory, always going for the glory. You pop wide open for my slice notice. I stay in effect with alien tech, make you wanna say he's the best. With synchronization, with commentation, it's armor plated, hard to fake it. Never carbonated, scar your matrix, virtually a certainty.
Oh man, do I want to listen to Aesop Rock or LCD Sound System? Oh man. $45.33 sounds pretty good right now. Yeah, I didn't sleep, like, at all. Like,
grapple flow, pterodactyl, very factual crash course, last resort, cast me off, at last we warp to my own world, my own neurological cubby hole, open the air shaft, I'll be there fast with spare raps to tear back their mask, Deltron, experimental, critical, literal, professor, test a pitiful, my granatolis interchangeable, all of this gamma, grammar, far from Bama, got my control bandanas, to control your clan with scanners, ran the planet like a band of bandits who man the cannons and guns with random, subatomic, love of logic, bug with phonics, tub of chronic, glowing brighter with controlling ciphers, unraveling rhyme and traveling time, alien life form, mailing a pipe bomb, deltoid, lifelong, I write songs, monarch absolute, serve a glass of proof, when I vanish, leave my spirit in a planet, on top of the surface, my words and wit emerging.
let's get this thing over with. Alright, so first things first, this thing has perspective. Place your bets on what historical war movie my dad will be watching on Easter Sunday this year. Last year it was Zulu. Place your bets. This year I'm gonna guess Waterloo, only because that Napoleon movie just came out. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Waterloo. But hey, you know, it could be anything. My dad is obsessed with war because all of his friends got drafted to go to Vietnam and he wasn't allowed to go with them because he was legally blind. So all of his friends died and he couldn't go die with them and he has survivor's guilt. So now he's obsessed with war. There you go. I have.
It's 30-30, yo, I get my hands dirty. They think they the pure breed, medically insured weed. Fuck the system, non-conformist humans walk around because of their ordinance, just ornaments. Super thugs use computer bugs. All ignoramus is reduced to savage half beast off a crack piece. Not me, I'm shit faced, which way but loose in a hovercraft. Not no bubble bath, turbo boost. Fuck Earth, I wanna live on Mars, so I'm closer to the stars and farther away from dumb civilization with no mental stimulation. They changed the Constitution for your red, white, and blue friends. Exterminate nuisance, no one listens to what you said. The online is touching your head with brainwashing, with propaganda about your fearless leader who got 200 bodyguards so you can't touch them either. Bodies disappear, obviously a fear. Lobbyists can't get near shit. Everybody's spirits are under control. Computers run with the soul. Elitists, defeatists, they live by the beaches. Bubble dome over the hemisphere, so you can't enter here. We live in the dumps with mutant.
You know what, Zeltron?
Red eyes, saliva drips for opponents. Scratch your ID chip off, cause everybody own it.
You know what, Deltron?
A good way to build up my.
I think I'm done with you, Deltron. I think I'm gonna listen to 4533. I love LCD Sound System. I've seen LCD Sound System live more times than any other band. When they got their residency in New York, I went every weekend for a while. Oh boy. Oh boy, am I a big fan of Mr. Murphy and his magical beats. Hey, Emmanuel, that's fucking awesome. That's super cool. If you follow me on Instagram, I'd love to see a link to your work. I'd love to buy one. Shoot me a link if you can. That's super cool. Congratulations. What's up, party? It's super funny to think about back in the day when we would do 14-hour streams on the regular and people would just tune in to use it as a radio station. Because it was just, there was no copyright anything back then. We'd just stream music all day, talk, bring people on. It doesn't matter if I understand the book. I want to see it because it came out of the community, you know? I want to support what you're doing because that's really cool. What's up, Shays? Awesome. Looking forward to it, Emmanuel. Really awesome to hear you did something with it. I've got a meeting on Friday with the company I'm doing a bunch of work for to try and convince them to let me live stream it all. If you're listening to this right now, we gotta give the people what they want. You gotta let me live stream all the work I'm doing for you. Please. I'll get it done faster. Look how fast I got this piece done. This would have taken me 3 months if I didn't stream it. Come on. Let me stream everything. Please. Yeah, or else. So I have to draw a character that's a man who looks like a woman. Should I draw a manly lady or an effeminate man? You gotta tell me more about the character. That could go either way depending on who they are. Give me more details and I'll tell you what to do. Hey, 2V Asia. It's a reporter who is searching for some girl that went missing. Are they in disguise, or is that how they self-identify? Is it like a Big Trouble in China situation where, like, guy reporter's trying to infiltrate a human trafficking ring, so he dresses up like one of the girls? Or what is it? This is all very important to get the right answer. Transgender woman and has a few subtle features that hint at this fact. I would basically draw Carmen Sandiego, maybe with some stronger features. Like if you've ever seen the old Carmen Sandiego cartoon, it sounds like that. It sounds like, because the kind of like reporter trench coat thing, dressing in layers, like I would do that. Carmen Sandiego had the same kind of jacket as like the guy from Unsolved Mysteries. That like trench coat reporter vibe. Almost like a gumshoe like detective, but also a reporter. Yeah, I'd basically do that. So yeah, I'd go more tall woman with a couple subtle things. Yeah, I'd go with that. That's the vibe I get. Am I remembering this wrong, or was Carmen Sandiego like 7 feet tall? Carmen Sandiego was real tall, right? Or was she on like high heels? I gotta look this up. Yeah, not the new Carmen Sandiego. Definitely not the new one. The old one. Carmen Sandiego was like massive, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like this. Like if that's a regular, like, sized human, she's like 9 feet tall, right? Like that's not foreshortening. That's fucking wild. She is on high heels though. Yeah, I'd go with something like that. I think that's a dope design. Super iconic, super cool silhouette because you can tie the belt around and get like the big shoulder. Like I love that super cut with the hat too. Great design. So this tube has... You can always have the wind blowing and open up the trench coat and show the clothes underneath it. If you have to show stuff. Like, you can take some liberties. I think the reason I'm gravitating towards Carmen Sandiego is the impressive silhouette, and also that she's basically like a red April O'Neil with a fedora. Like they're both like characters that are identified by wearing like a coat that are like... Carmen Sandiego's not a reporter, but April is, and for some reason April's wearing a yellow coat at all times. And because I'm Ninja Turtle brained from being a kid, when I think reporter, I go to April O'Neil. Like, if you put them next to each other, like, April O'Neil could be Carmen Sandiego's daughter. Like 100% she could be her daughter. Willow's a pretty good movie. I never watched the show, though. How do you feel about the show? Shout out to Willow for inspiring Koth and Frant and Dark Souls. Yeah, I didn't watch it. Now, speaking of Willow, has anyone in chat watched the Ewok Adventure? Star Wars spin-off that includes a witch, an evil beast man, Nazi guy, the Star Wars extended universe. What a film. A grandfather and his daughter and grandson get stranded on Endor, and there's a witch with a crow who does magic, and the Ewoks have to fight her, and it feels like Willow for some reason. Did Lucasfilm make Willow? Is that why it feels like Willow? Did they have something to do with it? Or am I just Warwick Davising all these Warwick Davis extended universe? The WDCU. The WDECU, the Warwick Davis Extended Cinematic Universe. There's legit just like magic in the Ewok Adventure. It's not the Force, it's just magic. It's just a witch doing magic. Which I guess they kind of made canon later with like the Night Sisters, but at the time it just straight up had nothing to do with it. Chase says, so I have this idea for a Star Wars spin-off. It's about a clone of Darth Vader who is trying to find the DNA of Padme so he can clone her and love her forever. He is helped by some mutant Zabrak hottie, but I'm not sure when to place it time-wise. The whole spiel of the two is that they pretend to be Vader and Ashoka. Anakin and Ashoka. Here's what I would do. Here's what I'd do if I were you. I would either set it during the rise of the Empire and have Palpatine be working on cloning Vader because he knows Vader has special midichlorian super DNA, and have it go wrong. Or I would set it after the original trilogy, and I would have Luke, after the Emperor's dead and the Death Star is gone and all that, I would have Luke hear through the grapevine of his criminal underworld that somebody found his severed hand from the battle and Bespin, and that it ended up in the hand of Neo-Imperial cloners, and they're using it to make what ends up becoming Snoke. And in his quest to recover his hand and stop the illegal cloners, he finds out that they're not just using his hand, they also have some Darth Vader DNA. And then I would say that Luke either meets a clone of his dad, and it's like a second chance for him to like get to know him. But it's tricky, because no matter what you do, you're going to run into some problems if you use any of the existing canon. But yeah, I would involve some weird criminal underworld cloning people that have Vader DNA and Luke DNA and other DNA. I would have it be like after we defeated Hitler and we went in and got all the scientists, we found out all the shit that Hitler was trying to do, that if he had a few more years, he might have, like, all the super weapons he was working on. Like, I would make it one of those, like some weird program that didn't get off the ground before the Empire fell apart. Then they all went underground and started doing it in their free time. But yeah. Well, it's not giving me pleasure anymore, Oleg. I'm past the pleasure, and I'm just rendering. But this will be done this week. It should be done Friday. I'm at the part now where there's really just some cleaning to do. I gotta do the glass, and I gotta do some stuff on the bottom. But I'm really just cleaning it at this point. And then it'll be done for Friday. Or Friday night. I don't know what time I'm streaming Friday, though, because I have to travel Friday. I gotta go to Rhode Island. So, might be a late stream, might be no stream, not sure. Let's switch up the music. I would make it like after we defeated Hitler and we found out that he was trying to make the Holy Grail prophecies come true by making his own Camelot. I don't know if you're familiar with the legends about that, but he was building a castle with a round table in it, and he was gonna basically try to like make the Arthurian legends happen. It's really fucking weird, Indiana Jones level like occultism shit. But I would lean into that, like the Star Wars version of that, like manufacturing prophecy and like some weird temple where Palpatine's people were keeping all of his weird relics. I would do something like that. Hey, Johnny Pearson. You understand. One of the best beats of all time. Gotta love Herbie. Man, I used to have a Fender Rhodes piano. I fucking missed that thing. I love the sound of Fender Rhodes piano. It's so rainy day 1970s taxi drivery. It's so good. I don't know if you ever played Toe Jam and Earl, the old Sega game. They 100% rip this song off for the theme song. They rip it off so blatantly. Go listen to the Toe Jam and Earl theme. I play that game all the time when I'm like stressed, just because it's just wandering around. Like I've never beaten it, but it's one of my favorite games to just throw on when I need to like chill. It's so cozy. But yeah, they rip this song off super blatantly. It's very funny. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever seen it. Yep. If anyone in chat's curious, that song we just listened to, Chameleon by Herbie Hancock, they just fucking completely rip it off in Toe Jam and Earl. It's very funny. I love it. It's so good. That bass line. Doop, doop, doop. Doot, 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 doot. Listen to the bass line. Boo doo 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 boop boop. Bump bump. Boo doo 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 boop boop. Bump bump bump. Boo doo 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 bump bump. What a great game. Toe Jam and Earl. What a great game. What I'm gonna listen to? Aesop Rock. That's right. Then Final Fantasy 16. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Put the monkey wrench in well-oiled perfectionist emblem just to watch these monitors spit white noise through your office space. Automator, I affect Jolly G, pulled descending cloud clusters, brushing dust mites off your starving our revolution sound jugglers. Delinquent bent for brick habitat, bob, weave, stick, move, fence, and pause somewhere in the middle for slick invention. This year's brain profit been spectacular. I ain't manager, don't stay mad at the caliber. Twist characters like twist characters. Tally up the alley cat aggression in this Dougie fresh infested mess of baseline lust. An automatic B-boy crawler can't combust circuit. Working these war pick ciphers with head striker stability and kamikaze chivalry. I alone noble in a worm boot viewed. Walking dead generation, ain't nobody asking for your patience. The grand opening holding me to face the fact I knew myself the one the children bicker over. It's that Warriors versus baseball fury element. The glitches, motor, sensory development. I am a star, really. That Big Bang bastard's back with a one-way ticket to Beat Street. This all is life relevant to humankind. Supply demand ratios, man, learn it. I work past the surface. I work on what I love. I work the service on my burdens. And I work until this here little flat line closes the curtains.
I love this album.
Shackle me, not clean logic procreation. I did not invent the wheel, I was the crooked spoke adjacent. While the triple sixers lassos keep angels roped in the basement. I walk the block with a halo and a stick, poking your patience. Y'all catch a 30-second flash visual. Dirty cooperative med platoon, bloom head trip split ridiculous. Fathom the splicing of first generation. Fuck up what trickle down any hero smack. I'm pacing the game for 0-hour completion. Green slash, Duke of early retirement, pick a dream. American nightmare hogging the screen. The door open so you can stumble in if you stop following me round the jungle. And I spell it with the H I stole from heritage. Merit crutch stole the wretched refuse of my teeming resonance. I promise. Tempest towards breed with a bleeding conscience. See the creed accent's responsive, but my sports divorce the wattage. And I'm sleeping now. Yeah, the settlers laugh. You won't be laughing when your covered wagons crash. You won't be laughing when the buses drag your brother's flags to rags. You won't be laughing when your front lawn spangled with epitaphs. Won't be laughing. Then I'll hang my boots to rest when I'm impressed. So I triple knot 'em and forgot 'em. This origami dream is beautiful, but man, those wings will never leave the ground without a feather and a lottery ticket. Now settle down. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way.
I was thinking about Pete Moorbacher last night, doing his Angelarium books. And I know he does Kickstarters. And I've talked to Pete many times. And next time I talk to him, I have to ask him why he doesn't call his backers angel investors. Because it's so perfect. It's right there. I told him years ago, when his Kickstarter got funded, he had to change his display name to Peter Moorbackers. But angel investor should at least be a Kickstarter tier. Like if you donate $100, you're an angel investor. Just something to think about, Pete. Angel investors are a real thing that you can do. One of my she's not a student. When I was lecturing at Leslie University, one of the students there, I would never call her my student because that's not the relationship at all. Sarah Alfagi, who's like huge now, she's working with angel investors in San Francisco to like create this multiverse project. But yeah, angel investors are a thing. If you have a cool idea and you can have a proof of concept on how it's going to make money, there's people out there that will throw money at you to get it off the ground. It's a real thing. It's not just for other shit like Shark Tank. There's people that'll do it for artists. She was an illustrator. She had a cool idea. She took it there and they funded it, so... Oh, such a good song. Such a good beat.
So it goes.
At least I think I was here asleep. Is it possible?
Conceivable?
I sleepwalked out of my apartment and
Went berserk.
berserk.
Sled rhythm, better cycle bound by dilemma, debt and vendetta. Escape briefly back to my apartment. I park in front of the fan and reminisce about the day I ran a mile with your heart in my hand. Contestants get the New York home game with real life shoot 'em up action. Thug vagrant, yuppie, and our free game piece all included. I told this cat the earth was flat. He walked till his beard grew long enough to strangle himself for being stupid. This bric-a-brac novelties spliced with that six-pack odyssey. Godspeed the killer worm future. Be concerned, my feelings spread across the land, reporting avalanche sighting. While my introverted side is flying cadavers on kite string. I'ma never give. I'm juiced off projection. I'm stubborn as 1,000 born agains, avoiding questions. From the alpha to the Z, I make this data for my pledge to be the traitor in the twice forgotten favors that he bled. And not a creature stirred. It reeks of subway metal, bevel-edged journalists, chin on fish shenanigans, recoin mayhem with bonuses, benefits, and break room. Mummified mannequins with future cleansed adamant. And skeleton and cabinet. This amalgam circus got a ring of fire just big enough to shove my purpose in a circle. I'm known to dip dusk in a broken city curfew. Release the hounds to see which one can track the trail and serve you. I lay the law down upon its belly with my foot dug in between the third and fourth disc, yelling break yourself. Finally actualized data commission past penny tip jar donation arrangement, but a far fetched from stability. Took a hard pledge early on, blood donor the drum though, loud with the metronome. Blown catty corner to cockeyed sound booster. Sensationally seismograph stabbing away on stone tablets to sketch a grouchy future. I drifted out the main spelunking unit with what a damn sample of canceled development. Courtesy America, land at a free base, home with a triplicate grill character. My sort of sideways tilt called pinball blinker, and citizens 1 through X weren't steady for this lane engravings with a lapidator winter jacket. I rock a crooked lid piece, sweat a bit to make my Wookiee ends meet. Pacifist willing to step into a friend's beef if needed. Wing clipper, a hierarchy passionate where they whine on some daddy's gonna kill Ralphie shit. Suck the proverbial silver spoon to their parents, quit apparently. Parasol spinning casually like I'm an artist, please don't laugh at me. Okay, time to buckle the fuck down side of your wobbly system back to original form pumpkin. Catch the memoir in several dimensions. The joy of life logic, don't employ the spite process, hence your plight botches.
I don't know what got into me. I didn't mean to cause all that destruction. I'm sorry. So sorry.
This be the big L-A-S-H-F-L-O-O-D flash flood. This be the big L-A-S-H-F-L-O-O-D flash flood. This be the big L-A-S-H-F-L-O-O-D flash flood. This be the big L-A-S-H-F-L-O-O-D flash flood.
Possible. Conceivable. Possible. Conceivable. Possible. Conceivable. Possible. Conceivable. Possible. Conceivable. Possible. Conceivable. That I sleepwalked out of my apartment and went berserk.
Yo, ask her. Hey, Lucy, come here. Lucy, here you go. Ask her again. How old are you? Let her alone, me. Lucy, come here. Lucy, she ain't listening. Yo, ask her again. Hey, Lucy, how old are you? Lucy was 7 and wore a head of blue barrettes. City born into this world with no knowledge and no regrets. Had a piece of yellow chalk with which she drew up on the street the many faces of the various locals that she would meet. There was Joshua, age 10, bully up the block who always took her milk money at the morning bus stop. There was Mrs. Crabtree and her poodle. She always gave a wave and holler on her weekly trip down to the bingo parlor. And she drew men, women, kids, sunsets, clouds. And she drew skyscrapers, fruit stands, cities, towns. Always said hello to passers-by. They asked her why she passed the time attaching lines of concrete, but she would only smile. Now all the other children living in or near her building ran around like tyrants, soaking up the open fire hydrants. They would say, "Hey, little Lucy, wanna come jump double dutch?" Lucy would pause, look, grin, and say, "I'm busy, thank you much." Well, 1 year passed, and believe it or not, she covered every last inch of the entire sidewalk, and she stopped. After all this, you're just giving in today? She said, "I'm not giving in, I'm finished," and walked away. 1, 2, 3, that's the speed of the sea.
folks outside her cubicle day, but found it suitable and she liked it that way. She had a man now, Rico, similar, Herman. They would only see each other once or twice a week on purpose. They appreciated space, and Rico was an artist too, so they'd connect on Saturdays to share the pictures that they drew. Now every month or so, she'd get a knock upon the front door, just one of the neighbors. Acting nice, but thought she was a strange girl, really. Say, Lucy, wanna join me for some lunch? Lucy would smile and say, I'm busy, thank you much. The neighbor would make a weird face the second the door shut, then run and tell her friends how truly crazy Lucy was. And Lucy knew what people thought, but didn't care, cause while they spread their rumors through the streets, she made another masterpiece. 1, 2, 3, that's the speed of the sea. A, B, C, that's the speed of the need. You could dream a little dreamer, you could live a little dream. I'd rather live it. Dreamers always chase but never get it. 1, 2, 3, that's the speed of the sea. A, B, C, that's the speed of the need. You could dream a little dreamer, you could live a little dream. I'd rather live it. Dreamers always chase but never get it. Lucy was 87, upon a deathbed at the senior home where she had previously checked it. Traded in the locks and clip for a headrest. Traded in the charcoal sticks for arthritis. It had to happen. She drew no more. Just sat and watched the dawn. Had a television in the room that she never turned on. Lucy pinned up a life's worth of pictures on the wall and sat and smiled and looked each one over just to laugh at it all. Rico, he had passed about 5 years back, so the visiting hours pulled in a big flock of nothing. She never spoken much throughout the spanning of her life until the day she leaned forward, grinned and pulled the nurse aside and she said, look, I've never had a dream in my life because a dream is what you want to do but still haven't pursued. I knew what I wanted and did it till it was done, so I've been the dream that I wanted to be since day one. Well, the nurse jumped back. She never heard Lucy even talk, especially words like that. She walked over to the door and pulled it closed behind. Then Lucy blew a kiss to each one of her pictures and she died. 1, 2, 3, that's the speed of the sea. A, B, C, that's the speed of the need. You could dream a little dreamer, you could live a little dream. I'd rather live it, cause dreamers always chase but never get it. 1, 2, 3, that's the speed of the sea. A, B, C, that's the speed of the need. You could dream a little dreamer, you could live a little dream. I'd rather live it, cause dreamers always chase but never get it. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. 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 I start my city with a brick, then add another brick. Brick by brick, I manufacture homes for fallen angels. I ain't no great Samaritan, that's just the way the game goes. Respect the polars, but acknowledge middle value rainbows. My snout's turned up from Dream Factory outlets, slinging bottled prosperity for the kamikaze colonel. Yeah, bronze the match that burned his Nazi journal. Plotting verticals amidst the blatantly horizontal models, then swallowed by famished potholes. And I'm tired up on these functions. Kill the cotton candy clouds and Huckleberry Justice League. Another knuckle dragger dungeon breed. Run, breed, sin, bellow. Wild ace scream through your style to hear the echo. Alright then, flinch for the great granddaddy payback when little Billy put a tugboat. Now he thinks he's Captain Ahab. Fascist, it takes more than peg legs, birds, and eye patches. Learn that lesson, you'll be swashbuckling with the best of them. Wonder why you whipped over spilt milk and got your crayons wet. The room reeks of 1,000 bayonets. I'm fishing vision with a line longer than your most walk meridian, connecting life with that little species of idiot. We've now officially scraped barrel bottom, Aesop rotten apple to the core, but y'all ignored them. Well, I know a planet made of porcelain, and once I get tired of holding this gavel up, y'all prayer circles met I'm more born again. I ain't too good for tap water. Play tap set of order for a ballad, course of dead man walking. You can lead a man to city, but that don't assure civility. You can beat a man to death with Aesop rock bootleg CDs. Fun anyway. Some cats float, some cats don't. I speak in Fahrenheit and burn off coal and lyric. Piss blatant harassment, spit honor, whistle fearless. Don't dismiss the Billy good appearance for that common shit.
Now with my trusty paperclip, I pick locks of thoughts, vault, find in the garden barren. The harvest fruitless, only the tree of life flourishing. Wanting to take a bite, but I'm toothless. Is that predestination or is it by design? That I'm trapped in time and have been worn out.
Mantelpiece is dusted, idols idolized. The sands have been shifted, curtains have been closed. Sleepers all awake, the hourglass smashed and didn't leave
5 shapeless cotton balls with halos in disarray. Celestial ground is found exposed in a bottomless depth, where heartless spawns await to devour the small piece of your soul that you're immersed in sound, floating, aimless destination. Drop anchor to gain stability, sterile potions restrain fertility. Pedestal talk is a token, soaked in pockets where lives topics lack conceptual ridicule. The night grieves when light is choking. Darkness occupies the throne where poems are persecuted. The purity of time diluted. Rhymes are executed for genre, I'm told. When has-beens attempt to cause heat to rise and wonder why they're trapped in the cold. Life's an origami box and I'm hidden within the fold. So when the yarn unravels, I won't be caught by surprise. And as society's fabric of orthodox is dismantled, I'll see you embracing the pentagram within its crucifix disguise. See, when the canvas stands before me, I'm compelled to spill a vision. For the sinners that listen, I got 3 spikes and a thorn crown. It seems I need a new soul, cause mine is worn down. But from the pregnancy of my hardship was born style. Still my pen bleeds and stains the paper with thought, finding me lost among statues of mainstream idols. Drowning in melted ice to reinforce that breath is vital. If your father and his father were fish out of water, you must break the cycle. How many times must a plant be uprooted for it to die? When it's smothered with lies that abolish the potency of the skies. And when the stars burn out and God replaces the bulbs with a million watts, throws the switch, sparks filament, hurting blue giants and I'll stand on my own too, with aura illuminated in red, showcasing the agony held within this welded spirit, sacrificing itself for the health of a masochistic culture, yearning for the truth that we speak but refuse to hear it. Trusty pain,
effigies built, slogans coined, songs have been written, rumors have been circulated, photographs faked, the hourglass smashed, and design that I'm trapped in time boxes have been worn out, radio mission control before my rhyme lands, I can't like aluminum, and I recycle my consciousness, just a note for every action, lack thereof, there's a consequence.
I'm tired enough and caffeinated enough that I'm starting to zone out and go into autopilot.
I could make them all dance, or I could sleep. I could walk with a limp and make your step feel incomplete. People are made of matchsticks, life is bred of flames. Know that the craft work bore the last smirk of the Damien mainframe. My box cost siphons third rail juice from lost poets. Inhabit ocean bottom with a bin of rotten scapegoat parties. Don't bargain at martyr parliament rallies where participants squeeze in last giggle, then whittle sacrificial finales. I might do faces alone, save the knee-deep offering. Sorta brings you coughing bunk persona to light. I might build anti-malignant railroad, find you in lay tracks adjacent just to scream fuck off as the engine pulls out the station. What should we do with 1,000 drunken sailors? Kill them all, locate their family address, release a mailer. Dear server madam, your son or daughter's embarrassed humankind, consuming booze and gut fuel till their crews across the line. In gold, he bats a dirty lash toward the nursery class act impression of a bubble. I could have been more subtle when polluting paradise gene puddle. Huddles make us look like cool peeps, and I'm trying to school sheet toward the right idea. See ya. This basic divine subsidiary buffs gunner syllable logic. Fold origami plantation shut as this picket fence hang on to your dream kitten. You'll probably never hear this song, let alone sip the mission long enough to listen. Smoke cigarettes down the filter, smoke the filter down to space. Now I'ma roll this question tight, smoke that shit up in your face. Now if you were to alter masks every time fame circus approaches, do you really think you're making
God, I'm tired.
I've died 1,000 and I'll die 1,000 more. I leave footprints in boards, 2 for bipeds, 2 more to break the door. And practically caress the utterings of crushed by drudgery brothers and sisters, mothering Stigler cabin and mad and shit. I'll fix your wing for a penny and a parable. Yeah, but this friendship sunk with a barrel full of tarots pulled. Snake eyes harbor bad shiners, then wonder why the cauldron's sitting at their rainbows, ending rocks garbage bag liners.
I just gotta kill 5 more hours. At 10 p.m. I can feel comfortable about going to bed.
Highway sideways, melted, smelted. One love to the rungs in my ladder. One love to the gathering of laughter bass that hung from my rafters. See the jackal met the badger. They were both such fucking badasses that clashing wouldn't make sense. Hence my tape deck. Now I ain't gonna name names and I ain't gonna drag others in, but I ain't about to say that I'm the only catch you got bubbling. You're lucky. Somehow you've managed to befriend some good people who'll sit and soak the evil suits of creed. battery burners, fusing a million majesty murders, then stole your crown. You discovered me, right? Orbit of the beast fight. And oh, it's all
That's good, Shays. Me too.
He's acting foolish, left in the middle of laying bricks.
Everything hurts.
Oh, and for the record, I've been rhyming since me and Andre thought we could freestyle. Built foundation out passion and brothers dusty tasking. Studied dope rappers, vocab expansion, poem, syllable placement. You just mad because somewhere in there you came and went. Man, I ain't the type to dwell.
Deadlifting is the small death.
Compatible and bounced. Obtain status where I could straight objectively critique your after projects like. That sounds fresh. Damn, that shit is garbage. What happened? And they're not even laughing. Yeah, but the barriers were broken. You choked a few comments to the wrong Vulcan who out of respect and honor leaked your program. Now I'm like, we're both trying to sit and breathe another dawn. So my advice to you is when I say move on, just move on.
I now present to you music to make you stagger.
Up in a bar playing dog fighter Henson invention troopers versus the result of Dragon Ball Z speed racer gene splicing. My force blind the extorted style from the common dirty destiny dream sighting important to split the Fritz. God shit the planet screaming what on earth is that? I slip back 5 dimensions. Only the mostly overcooked specimen bending tragic fatality successful dodging volleys. All Hail Marys and hello.
It's a weird opposites game. Working out hurts in the short term and makes you feel amazing in the long term. Being lazy feels good in the short term and makes you feel like shit in the long term. They're like total opposites. It's like so weird.
My testament is striking b-boy stances dancing past the foggy mirror. When wiped clean, the Billy Goat beard camouflaged the spirits. I've met 6 degrees of sexy sarcasm, yet never swam up inside Summer Jam Classic. Another bent backwards bastard scabbering the carnival grounds for an outlet. Who the fuck is Ace Rock? I'm not a name to keep at arm's length adjacent to Little Linus Quilt makeshift 6 security mechanism. Check your mission. I am not a vision. Check your mission. Just a simple sour patch delinquent. And no, I will not help you shove your link. I alone settle. I alone pedal in the mud. I alone. I condone rebel zone planning. I alone stand in a social coma. Order to your dome. Don't follow. I alone. I alone settle. I alone pedal in the mud. I alone. I condone rebel zone planning. I alone stand in a social coma. Don't follow. I alone.
Now you see me, now you know.
Well, he was maverick enough, but still scraped up Taki 183.
I figured out the trick. I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me, obviously, but part of this streaming routine I've been doing the past couple weeks, I'm trying this new thing. If I have no downtime, I think it'll make me less depressed because I won't have any time to think about anything. So it's like, wake up, go to the gym, get back from the gym, start streaming, stream for 8 hours, have dinner, do, you know, other like cleaning and whatever non-art work, go to bed, repeat. It just, I don't know. It's a version of that. It's a version of that quote from Teddy Roosevelt, where he says, "Dark thought seldom catches the rider whose pace is fast enough." Basically meaning like, if you fucking stack your schedule with shit, you won't have time to be miserable. Or at least as miserable as you would be otherwise. You just gotta go, 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 go. And like, that might not be sustainable in the long term, but like, I don't know, there's some kind of truth to it for sure. I just don't want to go back on antidepressants. Again, this is only for me. Don't take advice from me on medication and mental health stuff. Just don't. This is just me talking to you about my experience. My experience is not representative of anyone else's, okay? When I was on antidepressants, it's like, if the good parts of me, if my life, if my experience was a song on the radio, depression was like static that was making the song hard to hear. It was always there and it was kind of distorting everything, and antidepressants turned down the radio, so the static was quieter, but everything else went down with it too. So I wasn't happy. I was just kind of not anything. And that was better than what I was feeling at the time, so it felt like a positive. It was like I'd rather feel this kind of like numb, functional awakeness than what I had felt prior to it. But it was like time travel. It's like years just fucking melted by. It just it was like time slipping. It was wild. It was this weird apathetic fog of like, okay, I'm not miserable, but also the day would go by in like a blank and I wouldn't really be aware of what was going on. And I didn't really care about anything. So it was like, I wasn't trying to work as hard. I wasn't really giving a shit if like relationships didn't work out. I didn't have any drive because there was no stakes anymore. It was like playing on easy mode where like nothing really mattered. It was just very weird. It was like being in a comfortable fog that was slowly eating me alive. I don't know, it was weird. It's like, and now it's like, I don't know, some weird version of like Flowers for Algernon, or whatever that book is. It's like a weird version of that where it's like, I have to remember how good it felt to not have the noise, because now the noise is back because I don't take the pills anymore. I have to remember how comfortable and nice things were when there wasn't any noise, but I have to appreciate the fact that I'm a better version of myself in terms of becoming something and functioning as a person with the noise. It's very weird. Very, very strange balance, but I will say, if you're on antidepressants and you've never gone off them before, when you go off them, it's, oh boy, is it rough. So just be ready for that. The first couple weeks you're off them is like, it's hard to function. You forget how loud the thoughts are when they're gone. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like if you're at a party. You ever been at a party with a pool and you go underwater and all the noise that people talk is like, oh, and you go underwater, it's like, oh, and it's nice and quiet and silent. You come out of the water and it's like it's all the noise comes back when you go off them, and you forget how much noise there was. I'm probably streaming another 4 hours, maybe less. It really depends how long until I start to crash, because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. So I didn't experience brain zaps, but I experienced panic attacks. Like weird reactions to things. You don't realize how bad something is till you get out of it, and then you come back to it. And you're like, oh, like, you don't realize how much noise there is till the noise is gone. Because you can acclimate to a surprising amount of trash. It's weird. It's like people that don't hear the low battery on their fire alarm chirping. And then they go away on like a vacation or something and they come home and suddenly the chirping's back. And it's like, how did I not hear that for so long? how did I get used to that and function with that going on in the background? But like you can. I don't know. I've got friends that are like, that just means you were on the wrong pill. Try a different pill. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go through the weaning on and weaning off process again. That was really rough. I don't know.
Raw, I'ma give it to you. No trivia. Raw like that Aesop rock, iron fisted bliss militia. Bent funny bone, drone, community, spit 1,001 ripples to cripple the continuity. Tap water builds character, right? I irrigate it straight to main line. You wanna do the same, fine. These pretty profit grommet teams solidify the clot, the slippery city salt piston pump dream. Behold old king credible, kind soul with the Russian roulette, bad mood spin off where every day 1,000 strangers, right? Empty chambers, 1/6 buckle, 5/6 sweat bullets, trying to keep it subtle, but I'll get my novelty wobbly rope bridge, broke inches prior to dry land, but
They totally work for a lot of people. Like I know friends who are on them that are much better. And they're functioning and they're happy and they can maintain relationships and like it's not that they don't work, it's that they just didn't work for me.
doesn't have a title if it didn't, would you name it? Does it babble about nothing like a drunk atheist? We could run that Orwell's 84 war, but everyone on one detour to each client fidgets with his or her own work sphere specifics. Swerve around the cobra kisses. See if the venom overloads this vision. I'ma suck the poison out.
I don't think I got the brain zaps. What could you describe what that feels like?
Serves you right for trying to walk a mile outside your limits.
Maybe I did. The name brain zap doesn't sound like something I had. Yeah, I feel you, Dead Man's Pixels. It's weird. You know what I'm talking? Did you have the same feeling I had, where like you didn't realize how loud your normal brain was till it got quiet? Like coming back to the normal volume of your thoughts is insane. You're like, whoa, like.
Vertical burden has increased at an alarming rate. Bliss is down a point. Murder up, bleed down and still falling, still crawling at a bed at 2 on Saturdays. Came this blonde soldier burning confessional. He's back. Let a heart thump echo normalcy for 10. Let the black burner boiling point descend. I race the derby in the first heat. Strike personal space where the most stutterly putrid thirst in a grave. Spit the gimmick. Sit and fidget wild. 5, you'll be jumping through hoops like freak show midgets.
Then maybe I did have that. I didn't know that was a brain zap. Brain zap makes it sound almost like a stroke. Like there's weird like. Okay. Then yeah, I probably did experience that. Yeah. I definitely got some dizziness. And visual migraines. I got a lot of those.
Tried to get them all open, and once I quit and said I didn't care, I when they all threw their hands in the air. It goes boom, boom, boom. It goes boom, boom, boom. It goes boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Dead Man's Pixels. The week I went off them, I was like, I went to a party a friend was having, and I started like freaking out, like in my own head, like I couldn't handle being around people, and I was having like crazy anxiety. So my friend offered me a bunch of edibles, and I was like, yes, and I took like a fuck ton of edibles, and then that didn't calm me down, so I was like, I'm gonna start drinking, and I like got crossfaded, and I woke up in a field like a couple miles from their house, and I was like, I don't like this. It's like, I don't like how this feels at all. This is not a good time. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. I didn't like it.
Take 10 steps with a bent left vision to study the disorders we've absorbed inside the village. I understand the plagues and why they shake hands with my grimace that remain up in my face like top to bottom train car villains. Let's question the ascension of a broken social icon and bury its domino effect. I'm upload this hex over the mission just to administer the end-door sucker punch toward its pitiful condition.
With no alibi, love the Jews as a guide by the civilized. Some see it as the body heat you feel when you close your eyes. That's so much of a lie. Leave your hair dyed and scorch your roots. As the truth hits, your ears begin to cry. Why is it like this? Why the fuck do I care?
Yeah, I do too. I just kind of ignore them sometimes. Not smart at all. Oh. Hello?
I had a wicked jump shot and sold crack rock on back blocks. Casualties in this apocalypse. Street chronicle. Abnormal abdominals. Push-ups phenomenal. Relaxing. Drinking my six-pack. Maxing. Faxing my thoughts on the satellite. Be a Donahue. Push it. Table talk. Salt and pepper conversation. Integrated sectors. Metropolis and Mecca. It's a conspiracy. You know. I can't lie, Dukes. Sometimes I feel the rats got a better deal than I do.
Ghost thieves, bandits, low-life scum, punks that buckle under the rumble of my drum, steadily searching for something new under the sun.
I gotta cancel an appointment. I forgot I had a follow-up appointment.
Bandits, low-life scum, punks that buckle under the rumble of my drum, steadily.
Edibles usually make me sleepy, so I took a bunch. They did not make me sleepy that night. Probably because the chemical balance of my brain was different from weaning off the antidepressants. But, yeah, it was a bad night.
It's like slow down. You're moving much too fast to bust through the finale fashion glass. It's delicate demeanor and I teach you how to hang, but we like 19.7 something 20 clicks.
The worst was last May. I had a full-blown mega panic attack the night I found out that our show wasn't happening after like a whole year of them telling us it was basically like guaranteed. I remember the night I found out that it probably wasn't gonna happen, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I was on the phone with like the people that had made it with us, and they were like, "We all thought this was like a sure thing. We're sorry." Like, you know, there's like a famous dude we were talking to who was gonna be part of the show, and he was freaking out about it too. He was like, "How the fuck did this happen? This is insane. This has never happened. Like I've never seen this before. This is ridiculous." He was all pissed off too. And after that call, I just I started getting a migraine. So I took Excedrin. The migraine didn't go away. So then I drank some coffee. The migraine still didn't go away. Then my vision started getting crazy. And then I couldn't breathe. I called Kim, and I was like, "I don't know what's happening to me." And she was like, "You know, what's your blood pressure?" And I was like, it's like up at like 180. And she was like, "You gotta go to the hospital." And I have a phobia of hospitals from something that happened when I was a kid. So I was like, "I really don't want to go." And she was like, "You could die. You gotta go." And I was like, "Fuck." So I went, and by the time I got to the hospital, my blood pressure was like up in the 200s. And they were like, what's going on? Did you take anything? And I was like, no. And they were like, are you on something? And I was like, no. And they admitted me, and I started getting what's called I went into what's called a hypertensive crisis, where the stress was causing my blood pressure to go up. The blood pressure was making me get a migraine. The migraine was causing a pain response in my body that was making my stress go up higher, which made my blood pressure go up, which made the headache worse. So it started this feedback loop where my blood pressure was going up and up and up and up and up and up, like way into the 200s. And it kept climbing, and it kept hurting more, and I could like feel my heartbeat in my head, and I couldn't like breathe. And the doctor was like, if we don't, he was like, you have to calm down, because if you don't, you're gonna have a stroke. And I was like, I don't know how to calm down, I don't know what to do. And they started medicating me and putting me in like sensory deprivation areas and stuff, and it was bad. I was there for like a week. They did 3 spinal taps on me because they couldn't figure out like what was causing it. They were like, is this just a stress response? Is this because you're overweight? Is this something you're in your like medication you're on? So they ruled out my weight, which was good. They ruled out any substance. They were just like, you're having a pain response to these migraines. You're having these stress migraines, and the pain from the migraine is causing your blood pressure to skyrocket. And like, they wanted to rule out every possible thing it could be. So they did like, I did a CT scan, I did a EKG, they did x-rays, they gave me 3 spinal taps. The first 2 spinal taps missed my bone. One of them hit my nerve and my leg shot up off the table as like a sciatic response. That was fucking so painful. I was there for like a week. And then I was like, I have to leave. I was like, I can't be here anymore. And they were like, well, we really don't want you to go. And I was like, I can't stay here. So they gave me some emergency pills I still have where like, if I start to get a cycle migraine, they will break. It's like sumatriptan or something. It'll break the migraine. It'll stop the loop. But, yeah, I don't know. I still have no idea how to fix it. It's just, yeah. It's a shitty experience for sure. Not a great time. Anyway, sorry if that was a bummer. I don't know if I've ever told that story on screen. Me and Dave might have talked about it. I can't remember.
When the clock strikes 9, I'll be waking with the best.
my doctor's name at Brigham and Women's in Boston was John Snow. Dr. Jonathan Snow. And I was like, dude, between you and me, I'm not gonna say it, I just want to know. When you diagnose people, how many of them say you know nothing to Jon Snow? And he started laughing and he was like, every fucking day, dude. And I was like, sucks, man. Yeah, they checked my heart. They checked everything. They literally did every possible test. They ruled out everything. They were like, you're just freaking out? You have a mental issue. I was like, alright, cool. Yeah, I've done controlled breathing. The problem is when you lose control, it's very hard to rein the control back in. It's hard to do controlled breathing when you hyperventilate because you're not acting rationally, your body's taking over.
Working population hate the fact that 8 hours a day is wasted on chasing the dream of someone that isn't us. And we may not hate our jobs, but we hate jobs in general that don't have to do with fighting our own causes. We, the American working population, hate the 9 to 5 day in, day out. Well, we'd rather be supporting ourselves by being paid to perfect the pastimes that we have harbored based solely on the fact that it makes us smile if it sounds dope. Bumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretching. My life is a mess, and if I never make it home today, God bless him. Bumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretching. My life is a mess, and if I never make it home today, God bless.
Uh-oh.